In this lesson, we're going to begin our exploration of the draft command. I'm going to click the draft tool from the command manager. From the type of draft drop-down selection, I'm going to choose a neutral plane. Let's enter a draft angle of 10 degrees. Let's select the neutral plane. Now I'm going to select the faces to draft. Let's click Preview. Here we can see these two faces are drafted as we'd selected. Deactivate the Preview button. And now let's change the draft direction. Okay, we'll preview it again. Here you see the faces are drafted out. Let's deactivate the Preview button and deselect these faces. Now let's explore the Face Propagation menu. Along tangent, let's select this face. SolidWorks will draft all faces tangent to this face. Click Preview to see what this looks like. Deselect the preview. Our next choice is all faces. Let's click the preview, and here we can see that all the faces are drafted out. If we change the direction and click preview, you can see that all the faces are drafted inward. Okay, the next one, inner faces. Click Preview to see that all inner faces are now drafted. Unselect the Preview button. The last option is outer faces. In this case, all faces next to the neutral plane. Let's click Preview to see what that looks like. And we see that all the other faces are now drafted. Unselect the Preview button and click OK. In this lesson, we're going to learn about the parting line draft. First, let's create a split line. Click Insert, select Curve, and Split Line. To create this split line, I'm going to use the top plane. I select it from the tree. Now let's select our faces. Here's the first face. By the way, to rotate your solid to the left or right, you can use your left or right arrow keys. To rotate it up and down, you can also do it with the up and down keyboards on your keyboard. All right. Click OK. Now I'm going to select the Draft tool. From the Draft Type drop-down menu, select Parting Line. In this case, I'll enter 15 degrees for my angle value. Direction of the pull, I'm going to select this edge. Like in the previous lesson, I can change the direction with this button. Now let's select our parting lines. Okay, looking good. We preview by clicking this cute little button here. OK. Unselect the Preview button. You can see here I missed one parting line. Let's get it in there and have a look. OK, now it looks better. And we accept our selection. And that concludes our review of the parting line draft. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use the parting line draft with a step. First, let's create a split line. Right-click on the face. Insert Sketch. Choose the Normal To view. Now let's select the Line tool and create a sketch. OK. All the way to this corner, let's close it. Let's define it. And OK. Let's exit the sketch. Now we'll insert that split line. Insert, select Curve, and select Split Line. Select Projection from the Type of Split selection area. From our tree, we'll select Sketch 3. And I'm only going to select this face. Click OK. All right. Now select the Draft tool. And from the Type of Draft drop-down menu, let's select the Step Draft. We'll leave it at 15 degrees. Direction to pull. I'll select the bottom face this time. Parting lines. We will select the lines we just created. Now we are ready to preview. Click on the Preview button. And here is our parting line draft with a step. You can unselect the Preview button to see how the parting line without a step looks. OK, unselect that. Let's go back to the parting line with step and click Accept. This concludes our review of parting line draft with a step. In this lesson, we're going to learn about the Draft Expert command. First, let's select the Draft function and choose the Draft Expert tab. The Draft Expert creates and modifies neutral plane drafts. We start by creating a draft. I'm going to choose a neutral plane. Let's turn Auto Paint off in the Draft Analysis area. I'll leave the draft angle at 7 degrees. Now let's select the item to draft. Click Apply. For this one, I will enter a value of 15 degrees. Apply again. And select your next face. For this one, I will also use 15 degrees, but I'm going to change the pulling direction. Click Apply again. And OK. All right, SolidWorks has now created 3 different drafts to correspond with our work. Let's click the draft command again. We're going to edit those drafts that we just created. Select the angle you want to change. Let's change it to 12. Accept our changes, and the draft changes. As you see, click OK. This concludes our review of the Draft Expert.